to rectify, and in doing so, catapulted the series into the spotlight. It was still a fun game, don't get me wrong, but the inability to use rebirths and manuals to chain things together really did make it feel, well, kind of sluggish and rather obsolete. I mean, when you go back and take
Give me a
remaster now of
second.
the first few games, especially the first, you realise how much more fun this game is with the systems that the later games added in. When you think about that, well, there's really only the soundtrack that's going to do anything for you. Number 3, GoldenEye 007. Oh, is that gone? Yeah, no, it's just a laser light flare. Every single GoldenEye fan across the world homing in on this bad boy. Calm down, lad. I don't sound well. That makes sense, right? So you see, GoldenEye, when it comes to its level design, incredible multiplayer,
Let's
and
see here.
atmosphere, is an utter marvel. However, when it comes to breaking bombs instead of making them, the controls of this game make me swell with rage like Dr. Kanaga. By the way, probably the best James Bond death ever. Waiting. Now, this is a point that's been hammered home enough that it makes up a new face on Mount Bloody Rushmore, but yes, the controls of this game, when compared to the slickness and fluidity of a modern FPS title, are utter rotten. Clunky, imprecise, counterintuitive, it is a testament to the strength of the rest of the game that GoldenEye is still remembered fondly to this day. In fact, if you ask any GoldenEye purist, they'll tell you to put down the banana controller and play it at 60 FPS using a keyboard and mouse. And I have to agree with them with those considerations today. It is still an absolute gem of a game.
1 second, guys.
Absolute bunker. I'll pass. Number 2, Star Wars Shadows of the Empire.
I gotta make sure my sound is playing through.
This game for one reason and one reason only. Dash. Can't believe this is actually a name that they went with. Render. Dash Render. It's about silly as two pipes, isn't it? Yes, Dash Render, the shovel-chinned hero of the experience that was as quick with a one-liner as he was with his pistols. It was about silly as two pipes. But sacrifice this title as well. Dash team ups with all the well-known rebel heroes as they try to take on a new evil in the form of a prince who desperately wants the Emperor's ring.
Give me a second, guys.
But the problems begin with
I gotta fix the sound so that you can hear it.
Here is so rough that you could sand a bloody door with it. Shooting controls are so stiff that they made it. Players are given two modes of shooting in this game: fire from the hip and hit with the accuracy of a near-sighted stormtrooper, or a focus aim which greatly improves your chance of hitting but makes you stand absolutely still like a bloody golem as you eat round after round of enemy fire. As you can imagine, in a game so heavily focused on combat, your choices of basically whipping and praying for the best or standing still and just eating up lasers like it's an all-you-can-eat buffet do not make for a good time. It is like asking me which one of my family members I'd like to set on fire first. Neither option works for me, pal. Nostalgia will always tell you that this was a great game. Reality will show you that dying over and over and over is a mood that should be frozen in carbonite forevermore. Number 1, Parappa the Rapper. Now, it truly makes me feel like a bit of a dirty dog to have to put the old verbal bullet in the head of Parappa the Rapper, because he's a lovely, lovely little mutt, don't get me wrong, but I'm going to have to old yell at the PS1 experience right now. Now, while the soundtrack is infectious and its art style is utterly timeless, there is a huge problem with this title that everyone seems to gloss over when using the nostalgia goggles to their face, and that is that Parappa the Rapper is a rhythm game with input lag. Sick. Oh, you don't agree with me? Alright. Why don't you fire the game back up and let me know how that goes for you once you reach stage 4, where the timing is so out of sync that you actually need to ramp off beat, which, in case you haven't noticed, is something that we're almost hardwired not to do. And things only get worse if you play the game through a modern LCD TV or indeed the PSP, where the timing windows were made smaller for some ungodly reason. Even the remastered version of both Parappa the Rapper 1 and 2 suffers from this problem, meaning that while you might breeze through the first 1 or 2 stages, you are going to have your fond memories covered in a large helping of dog feces come the later sections. And who doesn't love having Netflix smashed?
I'm gonna do something real quick, guys.
Toy special here in the UK. Oh, yes, I know. That was someone's face. Anyway, back on track. If you want to chat to me further, you can do so over on social media. So you can find me at RetroJ0 or find me over on Instagram at RetroJ_Insta, or you can find me on Living Stars on Twitch rather than doing lots of streaming outside of work. I'll be great to see you over there. Before I go, I do want to say one thing. It's a little bit of a departure from the topic of today, but it is important nonetheless. So recently, I went on holiday with my girlfriend. Harry, we went away to the wooden cabin, really go well, with no signal. I'm just going to tell you, my friends, it was utter bliss. Completely unplugging from the technological age was actually quite refreshing, and it reminded me of something very, very important. It is very okay, it is encouraged, and it is important for self-breaking. The social media, the technology running rapidly at the moment, it can be very, very hard to switch on. I just want to remind you that don't do that, unfortunately, you run the risk of burning out. I have a wonderful job. I have wonderful friends.
Alright, can you hear me?
At the end of the day, it's a creative source, and sometimes we too experience that as well. I just want to remind people that burnout is not something to joke about. It's not something to take lightly. To feel like you're getting a bit weathered and great. Please, can give yourself a break and just understand relax. Not only will it allow you to recharge, but spiritually and mentally, it will allow you to gain some perspectives, to be able to look at problems, issues that you're tackling in your real life, with the help and support of others. That's what I want for you, just live a healthy and happy life. So just remember, take a break, be kind to yourself. I love you, you should be the yourself as well. Because I've been Jews, happy and awesome, never forget that. Speak to you soon. When it comes to video games, we as players being rather conditioned by one simple thing: video game objectives. Now, no matter what video game you're playing, you'll likely have a checklist of things that you need to do in either to see things through for a main quest or indeed the side quest where you're collecting many things. But that's exactly the relationship between the game and player that some developers love.
Okay, it's not working.
Examples on today's list were their video game objectives that ended up absolutely making us look like idiots. So let's take a look at them. As I'm Jules, this is WhatCulture.com, and these are 10 video game objectives that totally troll players. Number 10, Deal or Revenge, Grand Theft Auto 4. So ahead of Grand Theft Auto 4's final mission, players are given the option to pursue one of two narrative avenues. Take part in a heroin deal with the duplicitous Dimitri, for which you'll be paid $250,000, or stick to your principles and take revenge against Dimitri for betraying you earlier on in the game. Now, while many players might assume that the happy conclusion to this story comes with you seeking revenge and finally getting justice, that's not exactly the case. In fact, neither option is good, because you're kind of damned if you do, and you're damned if you don't. The deal ending results in Nico's cousin Roman being...
Right now I'm trying to fix my volume. I don't know if you guys can actually hear it.
Ending where Dimitri is dead culminates in Nico's girlfriend Kate being accidentally killed by Don Jimmy when he attempts to murder Nico. There's no good ending here, just misery.
Because I want you to be able to hear the audio.
The fact that this divided the fan base so sharply meant that in GTA 5, Rockstar just kind of went, you know what, let's have an ending where everybody lives. Hey! Number 9, investigate the voice, Until Dawn. So Until Dawn is a loving homage to horror tropes, but also one that likes to send them up in really interesting ways. So just when you think you've outsmarted the game then turns and looks at you and says, I'm 10 steps ahead. For example, let's take a look at what happens with Ashley and a rather fatal surprise. In Chapter 9, while Ashley is exploring the underground passageway, players are given two options: either investigate the fate of what sounds like a terrified woman in the distance, or rejoin her group. Now, the smart option, one might think, is to join the group, but then again, it just seems too obvious to be the correct one. The game is players up for
Settings.
Hilariously though, players who opt to investigate the voice and follow this line of inquiry to its conclusion will end up being attacked by a Wendigo, which will leap out of a trapdoor and rip Ashley's head.
Hold on, guys. I'm gonna restart the stream.
The utter beauty of Until Dawn. We're never quite sure what actually is the right answer. Sometimes these
Just to fix it.